Hey guys, welcome to our week 4 of English 9. We are talking about the week of November 9th through the 13th. Go ahead and open up your 9th grade Unit 6 World End folder to see what we've got this week. Also, you can look at right here. You've got Monday's assignments, Tuesday's assignments, Thursday's assignments, and Friday's assignments. So everything you need is right here if you want a shortcut. The only downside is if you click to the shortcut, you might miss other things in the folder. So let's start by going to the folder. Scrolling down, we finished our narrative last week. That was Friday through Thursday. And we started the nuclear tourist on Friday, which is where we pick up today, Monday. So Monday. Friday we watched the video clip and completed our nuclear tourist vocab. Today the job is to read the nuclear tourist. I tried to attach the PDF pages that you would need right there. So if you want to just view those, there's a quick link instead of having to go back to the resources, which may or may not be what you want to do. You might want to go to the resources, or you might want to go to your Pearson Easy Bridge. Both of those are accessible through English 9, 9th grade resources. So you're welcome to go there if you would prefer to access the text differently. After you read the text, you answer this question, as always, based on this story. Why do we try to imagine the future? You need to refer to the text and answer this question to get full points. The handout then is regarding the nuclear tourist. This is the one that we click the link. It's a copy of a document. Open that copy. And here I have clarified which sections we're working with. So we got section 1 in gold, section 2 in green, and section 3 in blue. The blue section is our comprehension questions. So as you read the text, this is what 4 questions you'll fill out. Then when you're done, you'll go back through. This first section is looking at diction. So what words the author's using. Know that diction is a part of a writer's word style and may be described as formal or informal, plain or ornate, abstract or concrete, ordinary or technical. Writing about science and technology will likely include scientific and technical terms. Those are terms with precise or scientific technical meanings. For example, this sentence from Nuclear Tourist contains scientific and technical terms. It says, "They say that 5 sieverts of radiation is enough to kill you, so I was curious to see the reading on my Russian-made dosimeter as our tour van passed into the exclusion zone, the vast quarantine wilderness that surrounds Chernobyl." So we got our step A directions here. Read the sentences from Nuclear Tourist. Underline the examples of scientific and technical terms. So anything that's scientific or technical, you're going to take the time to actually underline. So we're talking about the highest levels. I had seen highest levels. Oh, that sounds scientific. Highest levels of what? We don't know yet. So far on my trip to Ukraine with a transatlantic flight from Chicago, spikes. Hey! We've got 3.5 microsieverts per hour. That's what you do in this one. So read the rest of the paragraph and underline anything that is scientific or technical. Then for your B directions, you've got 2 terms to underline above, and then you'll use them in sentences. So recognizing that highest levels could be scientific, technological terms, you would write a sentence including highest levels. Feel free to use nuclear terminology since we're reading about Chernobyl and the after effects of a nuclear plant explosion. So use these sentences. There's also like other words like cosmic rays. That's awesome. So you could use cosmic rays in sentence 2, or you could use something like microsieverts in sentence 1 or sentence 2. So the job is to practice using these technical terms using your own language and situations. And you could talk about how those things are showing up in Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Alright, moving on. Section 2 then is about craft and structure, literary nonfiction specifically, because this was our first nonfiction text in this class. This is travel journalism. It's a type of reporting that can include literary elements. As a form of literary nonfiction, travel journalism first provides facts and information about the place being visited. Beyond that, travel journalism is my apologies. to employ literary techniques that can include a story-like narrative structure, sensory language, figures of speech, imaginary and subjective opinions about the location. So it is nonfiction, but it also could include some of the same kind of things that you would include in a narrative in a story. So fill in a chart based on the literary features found in The Nuclear Tourist by finding 2 or more examples for each category. So what's factual in this text? What's subjective? Meaning it's not objective. Objective is like a referee. They're supposed to be unbiased. They're not supposed to be cheering for any particular team. Subjective is the opposite then. You have some sort of opinionated opinion. Something is good, something else is bad. That's subjective. So look for bias. Look for opinionated statements. Sensory descriptions. Think about the 5 senses. What can you hear, see, smell, taste, touch? And literary techniques. Think about, are there some similes where they compare something using like or as? Are there other comparisons that don't use like or as? Calling, for example, the green grass a carpet. Green grass is not a carpet. It is, in fact, grass, but calling it a carpet is a metaphor. Do they use personification in this text where you give an object human-like characteristics? Like saying the wind snuck into my house last night, making it cold, right? Wind doesn't sneak, wind blows, but giving it a human-like quality is personification. So literary techniques. And then lastly, you guys know comprehension. This is the one you do as you read the text. So that's how the handout works. And once you are done with the handout, you are done with this folder. There's our Zoom recording from class on Friday. There's a passcode in there in the title. You just click the link, go here, copy that passcode, put it in here, and you can access the recording for 7 days. Pretty cool. And then moving on to the next day, we have text 4 for Tuesday. This red folder here, text 4 Tuesday. We've got poetry vocab, those 3 words, and then your poetry assignment. So your job will be to read the poetry section of our text and include your answers to these 5 questions in the submission here. So you want to copy these and put it into a Word doc. The way that you get to those poetry assignments is back again in your resources. Well, I think it's actually in this folder. In your resource folder, and you open your textbook. I like to use my quick link here. And in your textbook you can search poetry. We have a poetry collection. We've moved from whole class learning to small group learning, and we are now looking at poetry collection. So let's jump over to the poetry collection here. You can see you've got the beginning of the end of the world, the powwow at the end of the world, and the song at the end of the world. So a lot of end of the world in the titles here. So this starts on the PDF, page 65, and the page 758. So you can use that to your advantage and read through the poetry and have fun with that. It's fun. It's about poetry is different than any other writing, right? Because it appeals to the emotions. So really tune into what emotion is created when you are reading a poem. Is it making you sad or happy, hopeful? Are you laughing? That's on purpose. So pay attention to the words they use because they are trying to share with you emotion and feeling. So you will use the text on these pages to read through those poems right here. They're short, so this is a pretty short section. It's pretty fast. And there's your last one. So it goes all the way up through 71, or page 764. Then we pop back to our 9th grade classwork. We now have, too far, Thursday, War of the Worlds, super fun. You have your 3 words of vocab here, and then you have the handout. that goes with this one, and this one is something that we'll have to create the link for because it's a little bit different than the others. And then lastly, we've got our Achieve2 for Friday. You've got 2 options here: high tech, hide and seek, and school names, field debate. I think if you click that link, it'll take you right there. Yeah, you just log in, and our class is Land 100. Either Land 100 B1 or Land 100 B2, depending on which class you're in. And you can pick one of the 2 articles. Of course, you read the article and get 75% on the activity. So tricks and tips on this edition is, we talked about highlighting last time. Still highlight for the main idea. That's still helpful. The vocab is still helpful here. But also you can take notes. So as you think about different paragraphs and things, this note is from paragraph 1. This is about changing a school name and 2 differing opinions. I know this because it's highlighted here. That's how your annotation should work. And then when you do go to, when you're finished with your note, you hit submit and that will save it there. And then you just go to the activity and bam, you still have your notes, you still have the vocabulary, and if you want to look at your article, beneath the submit button, you have the refer to article button, and you can be looking at the article while doing your activity. So might as well use the text since you need 75% to get a grade in this class. If you score less than 75% on your activity, it does not get you points in this class, but you do have another chance. Just go back to the home page by clicking Achieve 3000 Literacy, find another article you're interested in, and read that article, take the activity, and get 75% on that one. When you finish, of course, you need a screenshot of your activity, which is clear here in the assignment. So I'll click that assignment real quick. This is what you're looking for when we're talking about making sure that you have a screenshot of your activity. Score, we're looking at the first try column. You need a 75 here. This number is irrelevant to this class or a grade. It is helpful for you so you can learn your second try. But this is the grade we're looking at here. You need that score there and your name up here at the top to be showing. And that you can do with control and this rectangle plus the 2 lines is called the show screen. If you're not sure how to do a screenshot or uploading, feel free to email me. You're also welcome to use Google. I Google questions like that all the time, and I often see YouTubes about it. So I'll just Google, how do I submit a screenshot on Schoology, and shoot, there's a YouTube for it. So feel free to use YouTube to your advantage. The other things in the Achieve Friday is a discussion. How would you feel? And there's 2 topics there. And then when you finish the Achieve, there's another discussion. First thing to do is catch up on this work, then do another Achieve for fun, but also you can respond to this question. And the question of the week this week is, what's your favorite family trip and why? That's just for funsies when you finish this article. Getting the article read and the activity screenshot and turned in here is the main thing. So that's all for our current week. Feel free to ask me any questions, email me, and yeah, have a great day.